What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Kicking ass, taking names, and updating. We're here with the Dominaria United Red Limited and Constructed set review. Let's go. Get right into it. Jaya Fury. I'm not going to say that word. Negotiator. I'm just kidding. Create a 1/1 monk with prowess. That's a +1. That's pretty good. +1 that protects it in the sense of giving you a blocker and something aggressive. It's pretty good. So we're already at 5. You look at it that way. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. You may play that card this turn. Okay, that's a good -1 later on when you have excess mana. So usually, but if on turn 4 you're going to play it and you're going to up tick unless choose target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you attack this turn, deals damage equal to the number of attacking creatures to that creature. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that effect. That's a fun ability. Also, the -8 is you get an emblem with whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery spell, copy it twice. You may choose new targets. It's pretty good. Keeps the. I really like the theme of this Jaya. Like, the prowess monk is cool. The top 2 and picking one, I like that. That feels like a spell type of thing. This -2 is unique and cool and totally works. Seems like a Jaya type card, especially when she's making monks herself. She's making creatures to attack and then copying stuff that's like a Jaya staple. So I'm going to give this card, in constructed, I mean, it's a 4-mana, pretty strong planeswalker. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 in constructed, and in limited, it's a 5 out of 5. Just game ending. Alright. Shivan Devastator. X red, flying haste, power equal to X. Power and toughness. This card's not good. This card is, I mean, for limited, it's probably great because you're going to play it. It's like a 6-mana 5/5, but like, think about a 6-mana 5/5 haste. We are so, flying haste, we are so past those days, right? Like, you think about 5 mana. If you were playing this as a 4/4 haste, right? And attacking, why would you not play Goldspan Dragon and make 2 treasures at the same time? Oh, they go to kill it, or a treasure that makes 2 mana. Oh, they go to kill it. Oh, you get another treasure. Like, this guy has no defensive capabilities whatsoever. This card in constructed is unfucking playable. Like, it's playable, but it's bad. There's no reason. There's just better options. It should also have trample. It should 100% also have trample. If it doesn't, I don't think this card's any good. Alright, here's my favorite card in the set because it's a fucking Kavu. My favorite creature type all time. 4-mana 4/4 haste, alright. It's already a house in limited, 5 out of 5. As an additional cost to cast red spells, you can do the Phyrexian mana thing. Whenever you cast a red spell, deals 1 damage to any target. That's really good. Incidentally, pinging things, killing things off, shooting your opponent in the face when you're casting red spells. Like, this could be stronger, but at the same time, any stronger would be way too good. Limited, 5 out of 5. Constructed, potential 3 out of 5 because, it's pretty big. It has first strike. And it's making your stuff cheaper. So, hey, by the way, permanent spells. All of these dudes are permanent spells. Remember that, because opponents are going to try to cheat you. Especially in, IRL. Okay, 4 mana. This guy deals 2 damage to each creature and each opponent. Okay, discard any number of cards, draw them 8 cards, create a 4/4 flyer. So you could just do. Wow, this card's insane in limited. In limited, this is a 5 out of 5 because you're gonna play it, kill a few things, then discard the cards you don't need, refill, get like discard these 2 lands, draw whatever, and then make a 4/4. In limited, 5 out of 5. This card's amazing in limited. In constructed, I could see it being played because it has so many options and stuff. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in limited. It has some potential. All right, a Goblin Lord, a new Goblin Lord. It's been a hot minute since they've got some, and I think this guy's already a 5 out of 5 in constructed. Haven't even read it. In limited, meh, probably not good at all. But whenever this dies or another Goblin you control dies, exile the top card of your library. If it's a Goblin card, you may cast that card until end of your next turn. Until of your next turn. Dude, this is so good in constructed. Wow. In limited, it pays for itself when it dies, but it's only a 1/1, so you don't really want to be playing a 1/1. So in limited, I'm going to give this a 1. It's a 1/1. I'm going to give it a 1, +1/+1, cost 1/1, you know? Yeah, 1. This guy, 3 mana, 2/3, enlist. I forget what enlist is. Oh, enlist is like when you attack with a creature, you can enlist another creature to add its power and toughness to this guy. Okay, when it attacks, look at the top X cards of your library. X is its power. You may exile an instant or sorcery card from among them with mana X or less from among them. Put the rest into your bottom of your library. You may cast that exiled card without paying its mana cost. Damn. Alright, constructed. This card could do a lot of cool stuff. And so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 in potential in constructed. And in limited, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 because, I mean, it's still good. Actually, it's probably even better than that. It's probably a 4 out of 5 in limited as well. Yeah, definitely 4 out of 5 in limited. Very powerful card. Alright, 2 mana, 3/2. When it attacks, target creature defending player controls with power less than this guy can't block this turn. You can also pay 6 mana. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This ability costs 1 less for every basic land type you control. Activated only once each turn. So, let's say you have one of each type, right? It's red to make this guy a 5/3, and then a creature can't block. I think this is pretty damn good because on turn 3 you're going to be attacking with this guy, and you're already going to be like potentially making it that you can activate it. So then they're just not going to block. So they're just taking 3, and the creature that they could have blocked with, you know, like their 3/3 or whatever you're making can't block. Yeah, this card's very good in limited. In limited, it's a 4 out of 5. In constructed, I'm going to give it a 2.5. Has potential in like some sort of aggressive decks, but I don't think it will get to see any play. 3 mana, 2/2 haste. Oh, it's a new SPICYYY. Cool. Whenever this guy attacks, create a red goblin that's also attacking. Okay, that's cool. So he's paying for himself. You may cast this guy from your graveyard by paying 4 mana and exiling 4 other cards from your graveyard rather than pay its cost. So it has escape. So that's cool. I mean, SPICYYY seems like a guy that would have escape. Look at all those dead skeletons. Okay, yeah. So it's like a new Goblin Rabblemaster and SPICYYY combined. It has haste, can cast from the graveyard. It doesn't have like the. Yeah, I think this guy's good. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 in limited, and yeah, I think it's very powerful. I think this guy could see a lot of play. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 in potential. All right, 5 mana, it deals 5 damage to every creature, planeswalker, and if you pay either of these, you get to like phase out a creature. You can save one of your creatures, or planeswalkers. Yeah, 5 out of 5 in limited. You know, it's pretty obvious. And in constructed, this could see some play, depending on what type of archetypes get played. Like if, you know, Super Friends decks, you're just like Jeskai. Is that what this is? These 3 colors. You're just like exile this planeswalker, kill everything in play. This guy comes back next turn. Yeah, seems good. 2 mana, 1/2 trample. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you put a counter on this guy. Limited, meh. 2 out of 5. Constructed, probably meh as well, because there's just better types of this thing. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5 in constructed. Alright, 2 mana, 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, search your library for a basic land card. Reveal and put it into your hand. So for 3 mana, you're like paying for itself. That seems really good. And you sacrifice a land, draw a card. Yeah, this guy seems good. Constructed, I'm going to give it a 3. Has potential. If it was bigger, obviously it would be great. But and in limited, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Pays for itself, turns your excess lands later. Like, pays for itself in the sense where it's going to go get you a land. And it's turning your excess lands later on into, you know, outs. You know, it's a good thing they added this tap symbol because they didn't. This card would be very, very good. Probably rare worthy. 3 mana, deals 4 damage to start creature or planeswalker. If it was kicked, you gain 4. So, wow. Wow, this card's really good. At instant speed, 5 out of 5. In limited, 5 out of 5. Constructed, probably not good enough. Probably 2 out of 5 in limited. A Hurler, Cyclops, 5 mana, 5/4. Sacrifice another creature. It deals 1 damage to something. Limited, he's huge. Probably 4 out of 5. And constructed, better. Better cards. 1 out of 5, 0 out of 5. 3 mana. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. If this was kicked, whenever a creature you control dies this turn, draw a card. Wow, this card's awesome. At instant speed, this card's a 5 out of 5 in limited. I'm not even kidding you. You just swing in. They're going to have some blocks. You're like, all right, get in for some extra damage. We're going to start doing some trades, and I'm going to draw 3 cards because 3 of my guys died. This card's amazing. Yeah, this card's insane. All right, 3 mana. Enlist. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Yes, you just grab things. Oh, this card's great too. Red looks really powerful. I'll give this guy a 4 out of 5 in limited and 0 in constructed. This is not good. Fires of Victory, 2 mana. If this spell was kicked, draw a card. Okay, then this deals damage equal to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of cards in your hand. It's a bad top deck in limited, but it's also drawing you a card and can probably do some stuff. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 in limited and probably 0 out of 5 in constructed. It's not good enough. 2 mana. Whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell, choose new targets. Target creature you control gains double strike at the end of turn. Ooh, man. Double strike's a very powerful effect, dude. This is going to just end some games in limited. I'm going to give it to like 3 out of 5 in limited I mean, it can have some potential in constructed too. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 in constructed. Like, it has some cool potential. Can do some stuff. Definitely do some stuff. Alright, Phoenix Chick. Beep, cheep, cheep, cheep. 1 mana, 1/1. Flying Haste. Can't block. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may pay 2. If you do, return this guy from graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking with a 1/1 counter on it. So it becomes a 2/2. I mean, it's Flying Haste 1/1. I mean, red looks really aggressive. I'm going to give this guy like a 2 out of 5 in limited and 1 out of 5 in constructed. It's just, not going to do anything in limited. In constructed, probably. Dragon Whelp. 4 mana, 2/3, flying. Gets +1/+0 until end of turn. This ability has been activated 4 more times this turn. Sacrifice him at the end of your next turn. So if you breeze fire too much, he dies. This card seems good. I mean, it's flying. Limited, this guy's pretty nice. 4 out of 5 in limited. He's going to win some games and can trade up. Maybe 3 out of 5 in limited. I might be hyping it up a little. And constructed, unplayable, obviously. Alright, one of these sagas, you pick a location, create a 0/2 colorless Thopter with flying. Oh, you create an Ornithopter. Okay. Tap any number of untapped artifacts you control. When you do, this thing deals damage to target. Deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker. Okay, so it shoots something for 1, probably more. And then up to 1 target artifact you control becomes a 4/4 until end of turn. Okay, kind of cool. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5 in limited. And probably 0 out of 5 in constructed. Probably just not good in constructed. 4 mana enlist with trample. Oh man, this guy could be a house. Limited 3.5. Because you're just going to like bring in a bunch of guys, like boom, trample over for a shitload. And they're going to be like, oh, I can't even block this guy because he's so big. Yeah, 4 out of 5 in limit. 3.5. And constructed unplayable, obviously. Flowstone, Infusion, +2, -1. Ooh, good removal. 1 mana, deal 2 damage, basically. Or you can, trade up in some sequences. Block with your 3/1. Or block with your 3/3 and kill a 5 power guy. Obviously, you have to go 1 for 2 with that, but you know, sometimes it's worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna give this card a pretty solid rating. In limited, I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5. That's probably where I'd put about Shock, because it's still only 2 at the end of the day, you know. All right, Menace of Flowstone Kavu. I love Kavu. Menace. So this guy can attack as a 4/1, basically, with Menace. I like this guy. He's gonna get in there for a lot of damage. 3 out of 5. Limited, constructed, obviously unplayable. 2 mana, target creature gets +3 and gains first strike until end turn, and you scry. I mean, for 1 mana, for 2 mana, that's a lot. Saving your creature, always trading up, scrying. Limited, 4 out of 5. Like, good trick. And, I mean, if I'm putting this at 4 out of 5, you gotta be giving this at 4 out of 5. But, yeah, red seems really strong so far. Alright, 2 mana, discard a card, draw a card. It's a goblin, it's a fill, it's a nice 2-drop. Limited, 3 out of 5. Constructed, unplayable. Enchant creature. Whenever this enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn, and the creature gets +1/+1 and haste. Yeah, I'm gonna give this card like a 3 out of 5 in limited, 0 in constructed. 5 mana, 4/4 reach. I mean, that's pretty sizable body. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of basic land types. And this guy's gonna like shoot your opponent for a few damage when this guy comes into play. Dude, this card's great. 4 out of 5 in limited. Yeah, constructed, unplayable, but yeah, this card's nice. 2 mana, 1/2. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature and opponent controls to its owner's hand. So this guy could be a Manivore. And whenever you cast an instant sorcery, it gets bigger. Dude, this card's great in limited too. Red looks really good. Red looks really good. Okay, 3. I'm gonna give it a number. 3 out of 5. 5 mana unsummon. That's still probably good. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Obviously, you have to be red or blue, or else this card's like gets way worse. Keldon Strike Team, 3 mana, 3/1. Kicker 2. Enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, create 2 1/1s. When it enters the battlefield, as long as this guy entered the battlefield this turn, creatures you control have haste. Whoa. So this is a 5 mana. Well, this card's great in limited. It makes 2 bodies, 3 bodies. This card's great. 4 out of 5 in limited. Enthrall to the Pit. 4 mana, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, sacrifice that creature. Wow. This card's great too. Wow. 4 out of 5 in limited. Constructed, unplayable. Okay, Smash to Dust. Destroy an artifact. Destroy a creature with Defender. Deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. Constructed, worthy. Honestly. 2 out of 5. It has potential. Like that diversity. Constructed or limited, probably worse, but I'm gonna give it 1.5 in limited. This bottom effect can be pretty good in limited, but the problem is it's a sorcerer. Alright, best art in the set. Jaya's Fire Nado. 5 mana, deals 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker. Scry 1. 4 out of 5. I mean, or 3.5. I mean, 5's a lot, but you know, you're killing pretty much any creature in this format, and you get to scry, so that's good. Thrill of Possibilities, you know, this card, I don't know if this puts this in Pioneer. I think it might be, which is cool. This card is good. In limited, people play this type of thing, especially in certain decks, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 in, you know, limited, and in constructed, 5 out of 5, because this card has seen play. We all know what this card can do. Okay, Yavimaya Steel Crusher, 2 mana, 2/2 enlist. Sacrifice it, destroy an artifact. 3 out of 5. I mean, this enlist is a pretty strong mechanic, so yeah, I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. All right, 1 mana, 1/1 haste. It's fire breathing, like a weird kind of fire breathing. Inefficient fire breathing, we'll call it that. If this was kicked, it has the battlefield 2 1/1 counters on it. So for 4 mana, you get a 3/3 haste with fire breath. This card's good. I mean, diversity, you know, If you're in a red aggressive deck, you can play it turn 1. You can, and even if you play it later on, like you play it turn 1 for 1 mana, and then boom, later on you're like, alright, attack with it. They're like, oh shit. And like, I block with my 3/3. You're like, alright, trade up. That's good. More removal, lightning strike, red looks so good. 5 out of 5. Limited and constructed. Well, maybe not limited. 4 out of 5 limited. Whenever you're, this spell costs X less to cast, or X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Wow. So if you have a 4 power guy, this guy costs 4 mana for a 5/5 trample. 4 out of 5 in limited. Seems good. Yeah, I really like this card. Red seems really powerful, man. Especially in limited. I mean, I'm going to be drafting red all the time. Yeah, I like a lot of these cards. Alright. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you all have fun in your pre-releases and you're doing well. Kick ass, take names, obtain. Peace.